you going to be in it too?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm helping you.
What are you helping me do?
You asked me if I wanted to be in it. I'm like, yeah.
Just now?
Do you remember that whole
The
conversation?
pumpkin one, right? I'm doing this one.
This isn't the pumpkin one?
No.
Oh, Mom!
I'm sorry. This is seeds. Do you want to talk about seeds?
No.
Hey guys, Katie here from Mitza Creek Farm, and today I am going to show you how I am storing my seeds for the winter. As you saw in a previous video, I placed a seed order back at the end of August, beginning of September, and I showed you some of the seeds that we had already bought for next year. And I had some people wondering how in the world I'm going to store these. In the past, what I've done is I put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the refrigerator or the freezer. And I have a food saver here that we borrowed from my parents because we're in the middle of preserving everything and I do not know how to can, and I figured this was not the year to learn with the shortage of mason jars and lids and everything else. So we're just doing what we usually do, which is freeze it. And so I am freezing, I'm putting all of our seeds in food saver bags, and I'm sealing them up and sucking the air out and freezing them up, and then putting them in the freezer. And so right now I am just dividing them by the type that they are, how many days that they are, and all of that. And then what I will do is I'll fold these guys all up. I'll put them in a big Ziploc bag so that they don't get lost, or even maybe like a little Rubbermaid type tote, and put them in the freezer. We have our pumpkins almost all done. I have a few more that I need to put in. I did find bins of seeds that we used last year, and I remembered that we had done some that were like the packs had like 30 seeds in it. We only did 15, and so we have some partial seeds here and or partially open seeds, and so I am right now taking and separating everything by type since I have all the pumpkins out, and I'm going to write down what is in each one, and then I'm going to put them in the food saver and seal them up and then put them in the freezer. Here are some pumpkins that we've already done, and I divided them because when we go to pull them out of the freezer, I want it to be the most efficient. And so I divided them by how many days it takes for them to have harvestable fruit. And so, especially with the pumpkins, because that is what we mainly do here. And so I have almost all of the pumpkins done, and they're all separated by the amount of days that it takes for them to grow. And then when I go to start seeds in the spring, I can put these guys on my calendar, and then I can literally go and 110 days before September 1st, I can go pull these out and I can get them started. There we go. Okay, so that's on dry. Before I had the speed on gentle. I don't know if that does anything. And then hit the seal. And just like that, we have them sealed. If they're in there, you can tell it's definitely airtight. It's like vacuum packed. And I'm able to read what's in there really well, and my seeds will be nice and safe over the winter. Now, before I put these all in the freezer, I'm going to add these to the spreadsheet. Pumpkins are already on there. I'm going to add a new page for my other tomatoes and peppers and peas and cucumbers, all that kind of stuff, so that I know what I have. Otherwise, next spring, I will probably rebuy all of this, and that would not be good. So I'm going to add these to the spreadsheet, and then that way I can do planning over the winter, and I have the list of what I have right at my fingertips. One of the things that I don't like about Baker Creek seeds is that they don't put the days till harvest on their packs. So then you have to Google and go search. We don't have the luxury of being able to plant most of these direct sow them in the ground or in our garden. And so we have to plan ahead and plant these inside. And so that just adds one more step. I really wish, I know that it varies for where you are, but just the ballpark would be nice if they'd add those to their packets. Put this in upside down. I want the note card on that side. That way I can read it easier. There we go. Man, those are in there nice. I like that. And there we go. I have all my seeds vacuum packed and ready to go in the freezer for the winter. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put the ones that I just did here in this video on a spreadsheet before I put them in the freezer so that I can keep track of what I have and I can plan things out a lot easier, and then I won't reorder seeds. Some of these were kind of funny because there were some that were from not this last season, but the season before. And so I have, especially the melons, wherever they went, I have multiple cantaloupe, I have multiple honeydew, and I have multiple watermelon. So it must have been on my list to grow my own melon now for a couple of years. So I have plenty left over, and I am going to keep these nice and safe, and then I don't need to buy any more for next year. But it was kind of funny to see that I had multiple seeds of the same things. Now, the Brand's Atomic Grape, I do have some of those left over from this year, but I would like to get some more of those because our family absolutely loves them, and there's a couple more tomatoes I am planning to get. But my plan is that when they come, I'll put them in the freezer, and then next spring I'll start what I'm going to start, and I will put the rest in the freezer right away. So I'll vacuum seal them and put them in the freezer for the next year. So hopefully that way everything is nice and organized, everything has its spot, and I can keep track of things better. Because the way we've been doing it is putting them in boxes and putting them in like little toolboxes, that kind of stuff, and then you forget about them. So my hope is that this keeps things easier and we don't have to worry about the temperature fluctuations and humidity fluctuations here in our house, and it's in a nice safe spot. I know that they will not get ruined in the freezer, and so, or they won't get shoved in a corner somewhere and then I can't find them in the spring. So that is my plan for saving seeds, and that is how we're going to do it for the year. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.